In the vast villa nestled amid the golden dunes of Dubai, where skyscrapers gleamed under the scorching sun, billionaire Khalid Al-Mansour lived a life that millions dreamed of. His home was not merely a residence, but a modern palace, Italian marble floors, paintings by renowned artists adorning the walls, an infinity pool overlooking the Persian Gulf, and an artificial garden blooming with rare flowers from around the world. Everything was flawless, meticulously crafted by top architects and designers. Yet behind this glamour, pain silently seeped in like desert sand through a cracked door. Khalid had twin sons, Omar and Yusuf, now 8 years old. They were born prematurely at 28 weeks when his wife Layla suffered severe complications during pregnancy. Layla passed away shortly after giving birth, leaving Khalid with an irreplaceable loss. Doctors at the top hospital in America, where he had flown her for delivery, warned, "The babies are at high risk of paralysis due to oxygen deprivation to the brain. They may never walk." Khalid, the man who had built a business empire from nothing, refused to accept it. He believed money and technology could alter fate. From the very first day, Khalid plunged into the battle. He hired a private nursing team and transformed one wing of the villa into a mini-clinic equipped with the most advanced machinery, nerve stimulation devices, rehabilitation robots, even a gene therapy lab installed by Swiss scientists. He flew with his sons to Zurich, Boston, Singapore. World-famous experts, neurosurgeons, physical therapists, stem cell researchers came to his home one after another. The cost, hundreds of millions of dollars. Khalid didn't care. He just wanted to see his children walk. But years passed, and Omar and Yusuf remained in their high-end electric wheelchairs, custom-designed with Italian leather and voice-controlled systems. They were extraordinarily intelligent, reading books by age 3, playing chess against computers, and speaking 3 languages, Arabic, English, French. Yet their bodies were frail. Their legs were atrophied, lacking strength. They rarely smiled, their voices soft and distant, their large round eyes always gazing out the window at yachts gliding across the Gulf. "Baba, when can I walk like the other kids?" Omar once asked, his voice forlorn. Khalid hugged him, promising, "Soon, my son. Baba will buy the whole world so you can walk." To compensate, Khalid surrounded his children with every luxury. Their playroom was like a miniature amusement park, 360-degree VR screens, talking robot toys, a collection of gold-plated model cars. He hired private tutors for piano painting programming. Every birthday he threw parties with celebrities flown in from Hollywood. But deep down, Khalid knew it was all just a facade. His children were lonely. They had no friends who would play with 2 wheelchair-bound kids in the world of the ultra-rich. The household staff was polite but distant. Khalid was consumed by work, frequently flying to meetings in London or New York, returning home only on weekends. Nannies came and went like desert winds. Some were too strict, pushing the boys to exhaustion with exercises. Others just played games to pass the time. None lasted more than 3 months. Khalid interviewed dozens of candidates through embassies and elite recruitment firms. They all had degrees from Harvard experience with European royalty, but none touched his children's hearts. Then one day, amid a pile of impressive resumes, Khalid received a strange email. Not from any agency, just a woman applying on her own. Her name was Fatima. No flashy CV attached, only a short handwritten letter. "I am not a doctor, nor do I have prestigious degrees. I am just a mother who lost a child and knows that sometimes healing begins in the soul, not the body. Please give me a chance to meet the boys." Khalid almost deleted it, thinking it was a joke, but something in the simple tone intrigued him. He scheduled a video call. Fatima appeared on screen, a middle-aged woman around 45, Wearing a simple, traditional robe, her sun-tanned face etched with wrinkles around her eyes, but those eyes sparkled like desert stars. No makeup, no jewelry. Mr. Al-Mansour, I come from a small village in Oman. I've been a nanny to poor children, teaching them to read under date palms. I don't promise to cure their illness, but I can help the boys rediscover the joy of living. Khalid smirked. We have enough joy already. They need to walk. Fatima shook her head. True joy can't be bought with money, sir. Try me for a month, no pay if I fail. Khalid agreed, mostly out of exhaustion with hiring. Fatima arrived one stifling morning carrying an old cloth bag containing a few tattered books, a bamboo flute, and some flower seeds. The kitchen staff whispered, "She looks like a village maid." But Omar and Yusuf, for the first time in ages, lit up at the sight of her. Fatima wasted no time on formalities. She knelt on the floor eye level with the boys. Hello, little princes. I'm Fatima. Today we'll tell a story about a baby camel afraid of the sand. From that day, the villa began to change gradually, like the desert blooming after a rare rain. Fatima didn't force physical therapy. Every morning she wheeled them to the artificial garden with its Damascus roses imported from Syria. She told stories about falcons soaring over Dubai's skies, a shepherd boy finding a magical spring in the desert, a blind girl who heard the wind sing. Her voice was warm and melodic, like a cool stream in an oasis. You know, Fatima said, holding Omar's hand, our bodies are like the desert, sometimes barren but underground. There's always water. You just need to dig a little deeper with faith. Yusuf giggled the first time Khalid heard his son laugh like that through the surveillance app. He was in his office watching. Fatima taught them Omani folk songs, simple lyrics about the sea and stars. She pulled out the seeds, guiding the boys to plant them in small pots. Water them every day and watch the magic happen. Khalid came home early one evening. He heard laughter echoing from the playroom. Peeking through the door crack, he saw Fatima sitting on the floor, amid Omar and Yusuf in their wheelchairs. She was telling the story of a dolphin trapped in a net, but learning to swim backward to escape. See, sometimes you have to try a different way, not the old one. The boys nodded eagerly. Khalid shook his head. Just fairy tales. But he didn't fire her. Weeks passed and changes became more evident. Omar started drawing pictures of blue skies, flying birds, and two boys running. Yusuf talked more, asking Fatima about her village life. Did you ride camels? Have you seen a real oasis? Fatima smiled. Yes, and the most beautiful oasis is in each person's heart. She introduced strange activities. Every morning she wheeled them to the artificial sand patch by the pool. Khalid had built it so the boys could feel the desert without leaving home. She removed their shoes, letting their feet touch the warm sand. Don't fear the cold or heat. Sand is Mother Earth. It embraces us. At first, the boys were hesitant. Their legs were weak, numb. But Fatima was patient, gently massaging, telling tales of sand grains that were once shattered mountains, then rebuilt into castles. Gradually, Omar wiggled his toes. Auntie, it tickles, Fatima cheered. That's Mother Earth greeting you. Khalid started paying attention. He cut back on business trips, staying home more. One afternoon, he saw Fatima teaching deep breathing. Inhale through the nose, imagine the air as golden sunlight. Exhale through the mouth, push out all the darkness. The boys followed, eyes closed. Khalid thought it was kiddie yoga, but their faces grew rosier. That night he asked Fatima, "What are you doing?" "This isn't medical therapy." Fatima replied calmly. "Sir, medicine heals the body, but the soul heals everything. The boys lost faith long ago. They think their legs are dead. I'm helping them believe their legs are alive." Khalid scoffed, but didn't argue. He began joining in, at first just watching, then awkwardly telling stories of his poor fishing village childhood. The boys listened, eyes bright. Fatima encouraged, "You tell it well. Tell about the first time you saw the sea." Gradually, the small family gathered around Fatima, like around a campfire in the cold desert. In the second month, small miracles emerged. One morning, Yusuf tried standing by, gripping the wheelchair arm, his legs trembling, but holding for seconds. "Baba," I stood. Khalid rushed over, tears welling. He called the doctor immediately, but tests showed no medical breakthrough, just natural muscle response. Fatima smiled. "Not me. The boys did it themselves." She ramped up activities, a treasure hunt in the garden, where the boys maneuvered wheelchairs to find magic gems, painted pebbles. She taught simple meditation, sit still, listen to the heartbeat. Your hearts beat strong, meaning your bodies want to live, to run. Omar dreamed of running on the beach. He told Fatima. She nodded. "Dreams are maps. Follow them." She brought the bamboo flute, playing melodies of sorrow and joy, teaching the boys to clap in rhythm. Music filled the villa, banishing the cold silence. Khalid changed. He fired unnecessary staff, spent time with his sons. He learned to push the wheelchairs, play chess. One evening, he asked about Fatima's past. It turned out she had a daughter paralyzed after a car accident. She cared for her for 10 years without money, just love and stories. The girl died at 15, but had taken a few steps before. "I learned healing isn't always walking, it's living fully." Khalid fell silent. The climax came on a full moon night. Fatima organized a festival of light in the grand living room. She turned off all electric lights, lighting hundreds of safe tea candles around the floor. In the circle's center, she sat with Omar and Yusuf. Khalid was invited to join, kneeling on the floor, like an ordinary man for the first time. Fatima sang an ancient Bedouin song about the desert journey, her voice resonating to the depths of the heart. After the sandstorm comes dawn. After pain comes strength. She guided breathing. Inhale life from Mother Earth. Exhale fear. Then she whispered, "Now imagine your legs as camel wings. They're tired but ready." Omar grasped Fatima's hand. Yusuf leaned on his brother's shoulder. They closed their eyes. Khalid felt his chest tighten. "Stand up for yourselves," Fatima said softly. Omar trembled, extending his legs, trying to rise. Yusuf followed. At first just knee bends, but then Omar stood, his legs wobbly but balanced for seconds. Yusuf fell, but laughed loudly. "I almost did." Khalid rushed to hug them, tears streaming. "How?" he stammered. Fatima shook her head. "No magic, sir. Faith." The boys believed their bodies would listen. From then on, progress accelerated. Fatima designed a magic path, soft mats with markers, the boys using wooden handrails to step. Each step was a victory. Doctors were amazed, muscles developed naturally, nerves responded better. Khalid invested more, but now supportively, not forcefully. He built a private gym with large mirrors so the boys could see their progress. 3 months later, Omar and Yusuf walked around the house slowly, but independently. They toddled in the garden, chasing butterflies. Laughter echoed through the villa. Khalid threw a grand party, inviting wealthy friends, but Fatima declined. "This is a family moment." One morning, Fatima packed her old bag. "My work here is done, sir." Khalid knelt. "Don't go. What do you want, money?" "A house, I'll give anything." Fatima smiled sadly. "I just want the boys happy. Now they have a real Baba." She hugged them one last time. Omar cried, "Don't leave." Fatima whispered, "I'm always here in your hearts. Remember, miracles come from within, not without." Fatima left in an old taxi, vanishing beyond the grand iron gates. Khalid stood by the window, watching her simple figure fade. He realized his entire empire oil real estate yachts meant nothing compared to love and faith. His sons now ran and played with new friends, neighborhood kids Khalid invited for the first time. The villa remained luxurious, but now warm. Khalid planted more date palms from Fatima's leftover seeds. Every evening, the family gathered to tell stories, sing desert songs. Omar and Yusuf grew strong, becoming businessmen like their father, but always remembering the lesson, healing starts in the soul. And sometimes in the desert, wind, Khalid heard the bamboo flute echoing, reminding him that people like Fatima don't come by chance. They are messengers of faith, turning deserts into oases.